How you doing, man? How's things? Yeah, I'm all good.
Good stuff.
Cracking on, mate.
Well, firstly, from me anyway, thank you for obviously jumping on this today. Really excited to crack on with things, find out a bit more. And I think given the current situation that we're in, best place to start would be COVID-19. I mean, just interested to hear your take on it, how you coped with it. I know you put up an Instagram story the other day, so interested to hear you expand on that.
Yeah, it's one of those things that's out of everybody's control. So all you can do is what you can do.
Sure.
And fuck everything else. Shit, do you mind me swearing, by the way?
No, crack on.
That's it, man. Nothing else matters except for you looking after yourself and your loved ones and doing your part at the moment. It's something that's out of your control. So, like I say, all you got to do is just get on with it. I mean, I have complete sympathy with people that have lost their jobs, people that are on furlough, not sure if they're going to get paid, get that commission,
Sure.
And of course, people that have lost loved ones or have got vulnerable people in the family, that kind of thing. It's scary times, it's weird times, it's you don't know what's next, but all you can do is play your part and make sure you look after the important things, man. That's it.
Yeah, completely agree. I mean, with that in mind, I think from my perspective, you mentioned about people being furloughed, and I'm one of the people in those positions. So I think what's important is really to take that and put a positive spin on it. With that in mind, I was thinking about yourself, and I've seen you doing a lot of cooking and doing various different activities. I was thinking, how have you taken this awful scenario and put a positive spin on it and really benefited from the extra time that you've been given as a result of it?
Well, being completely honest, leading up to it, I was dreading it. I was thinking this, because I'm a social person, man. I like to go out as much as possible, hang out with my friends as much as possible, be out. I'm a night owl. And I thought to myself, I'm going to go mad. How am I going to stay in a box for however long it's going to be?
Yeah.
Me and my boy, the Purist, I think 2 or 3 days leading up to Friday, I think it was Friday when the lockdown was announced.
It was.
We thought, it's going to happen any day, so let's go to every single pub we can, get the most out of it, because we might not be able to do this again.
Sure.
So that kind of messed things up a bit, because I had those couple of days proper out on the session, enjoying it, being out, having fun, and then it's just bang.
Sure.
It's over now. You can't do that. But I mean, after a couple of weeks, because I'd quit my job literally a couple of days before the lockdown was announced, I started enjoying waking up and not having to do anything and being able to do whatever I want, you know, make music, do a little workout, cook, whatever it is, tidy up, or just do nothing. Sit with my hand down my boxes, play PlayStation. Started to enjoy that a bit. And then what happened next was I thought, shit, man, I'm just going to become a couch slob and get fat and just get too used to this.
Yeah.
So then I started getting heavily into being creative and making as much music as possible, fitness, going on runs, doing workouts and stuff. And just the more and more I got into my own routine, the more and more I was enjoying it. And I'm definitely used to it now. But of course, I still can't wait for the day when it's all over and I can go out.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned a sense of routine there. What does the typical routine look like in a day in Ceezlin's life at the moment?
Well, I'll start from the morning. So I wake up, depending on how I'm feeling from the night before, of course. I get up pretty early, man. I'm one of those people that wakes up a few times in the middle of the night, and then I wake up quite early.
Sure.
Say 5 or 6 o'clock, ponder around in bed for a bit, go on my phone, sleep another hour.
Sure.
And then I suppose get up about 8:30. Either plan to do a track that day or whatever. If I've had a dream where I've had an idea or I've heard something on a podcast or just some kind of idea, I'll think, right, I want to make a tune about that today, or at least make a chorus or write a verse or something. Do a little workout, get the press ups in, go for a run. Smash out a bit of PlayStation, of course.
Good stuff. What are you playing?
FIFA, UFC, Call of Duty. That's
Nice. Good stuff. You on the Warzone at the moment then?
Yeah, but not the Battle Royale thing. I hate that.
Nah.
The full game.
Yeah, good stuff.
So after getting some music, either play back some old stuff and refine it a bit or make something new. I might listen to a podcast for a bit, like Joe Rogan, Joey Diaz, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Sam Tripoli, Tinfoil Hat. I love those 3 podcasts. Luckily, I moved into a new flat in December with my boy from Rum Committee, Charlotte Bones.
Good stuff.
So at least I've got someone in the house with me. Have a chat, intellectual chat, have a laugh, have a beer, make some food. And then when it gets to the sort of evening time, might have a little drink and drink the night away pretty much.
Sounds good. Need to move in with you at some point.
Yeah.
No,
just trying to have fun, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think in one of your Instagram stories the other day, which actually kind of sparked my idea to get this interview together, you mentioned about just being, I think was the way that you put it. And I thought it was a really interesting take on, it's not necessarily you have to do this every day to feel complete. It's about just being and doing what you can each day to essentially give yourself some sort of focus and some sort of accomplishment come the end of each day. But I'm not sure if you can expand on that specific term, just being.
Yeah, so what I meant by that was you don't have to do something. You don't have to be productive. You don't have to tidy up the house and make it spotless. You don't have to throw out all your old clothes and stuff like that. You don't have to climb Mount Everest every day. It's fine just to sit in your boxers all day in your dressing gown and drink coffee all day or drink wine all day or do nothing. There's nothing wrong with that. Sunbathe all day in your garden if you've got one, or in your balcony, wherever it is. Everyone's in the same situation, similar positions. Nobody's going to have a go at you. You haven't got a boss breathing down your neck. It's absolutely fine to just chill out and have some time where you do absolutely nothing. Let your body relax, let your mind relax.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes you'll achieve the most doing that. It's strange how things work. But I mean, putting pressure on yourself for me, myself, the first thing was, right, if I'm going to start a track today, I have to finish it because I have no excuse.
Mm-hmm.
But then at the same time, I've got every excuse to do nothing as well.
Yeah.
And it was just relieving the kind of the tick box factor, like, have I done this today? Have I done that today? And that's going to send you even more insane than you already might be during this lockdown thing. Yeah, so that's what I meant by just be, man. There's nothing wrong with just doing fuck all sometimes.
Yeah, totally agree. I think, like you say, by forcing yourself to do those things, if it gets to the end of each day and you've not done those things, there's no excuse to not do them, which will force you to go insane, like you're saying. So I think sometimes it's more important to just let things progress and grow naturally, and that's when you'll get to the best conclusion, like you said. So yeah, that's really
it. And I guarantee with most people as well, if it wasn't lockdown, you wouldn't be going, right, I need to do this every day. You'd carry on as normal. So
exactly.
Why put the pressure on yourself?
Yeah, exactly. Why change your whole ethos just dependent on the situation that we're in? Completely agree. Just stick to your guns, so to speak. You mentioned earlier on that you're a bit of a night owl, and I don't think that's any secret given some of the lyrics in your tracks. With that in mind, when it does get to the end of this lockdown period, what's the first thing you're going to do?
Partying, man. Partying. Yeah. Pubs. Just being able to be out in an environment where everybody's on the same vibe, like a pub garden, at a bar, down the beach, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because I've got a massive group of friends, and within that group of friends, I've got smaller groups.
Sure.
So being able to just dart around and see all the people I haven't seen in a long time, that's going to be the main thing, man. I think the first thing will probably be a big drink up and meal with the family.
Yeah, good stuff.
And then similar things with my close friends, and then branch out from there.
Good stuff. Sounds good. Where in Brighton do you tend to go?
Bars and pubs wise, it'll either be Mash Tun, Fitzherbert, the Western, Black Lion, Temple Bar as well. I really like Temple Bar.
Yeah, no, I like Temple Bar. It's good.
Not really a club person.
No, neither. I used to be a few years ago, but kind of gone off that now.
Yeah.
One thing I was interested in, just kind of relating to your music. So if we track back to 2012, Ceezlin Seasons released.
Yep.
The following year, Snakes and Ladders on SBTV is released, accompanied by the Good Life video and a number of other things which dropped on SBTV during that same year.
Yeah.
Then correct me if I'm wrong, we track to 2018, which is when Obstacles was released. So 5 years later from the Snakes and Ladders EP. That's obviously quite a big break. I was interested to hear from your perspective what went on in those 5 years that stopped you releasing anything.
So my deal with SBTV, I think I was with them for 2 years, and just nothing really happened. There was a lot of massive collabs with massive names, big plans, but nothing actually happened. And for me, I need to be proactive all the time. That's just how I work. If I've got too much idle time, that's when shit starts going down the pan.
Sure.
So when I got signed to SBTV, leading up to being signed by them, I had a few other labels interested, management groups, and I had the like snowball effect. I was just putting out music all the time, making music all the time. And then, let's say a year into SBTV, they were saying to me, "You're doing too much.
Okay.
Just take a step back. You're putting too much stuff out for free. Let's focus on one project. Let's try and find one sound for you." Because I was making so many different styles of music. But for me,
agreed.
That's my sound. I make whatever I like. I hate to be boxed in and put in a category.
Sure.
And I always say this, people that know me, when I always say there's two types of music. You've got good music and shit music.
Sure.
I don't believe in genres. If I like a song and it's got rock guitars in it, or it's a cappella gospel, it's all the same. It's good music. So after I ended up leaving SBTV, and that kind of left like a sour taste in my mouth. And I was like, do you know what? I can't be arsed dealing with management and labels and shit like that. And also, I just want to fucking live for a bit and do nothing. And I kind of fell out of love with making music, I guess. I was still doing shows throughout that 5 years. I don't know how I was still getting booked the whole time when I hadn't put any music out. But I still had so much unreleased material, and still doing a lot of shows, like I said. But in that 5 years, I don't really know. I think I was a bit lost. I was working in office jobs that I didn't want to be in, but I was earning really good money. So I was kind of stuck in a cycle where it's like catch-22. I can work all day, earn great money, and then when I come home, I can make music. But then when I come home, I just want to chill.
Sure.
I don't want to. My mind's already been overstimulated at work all day. Now, when I get home, the last thing I want to do is do it again and stimulate my mind too much and try and write music and complete a song. Just want to chill out, lie down, do nothing. And that was literally happened for like 5 years. And then I remember having a conversation with Hatter. We're having a little drink up at his yard, and he said to me, he's like, "What are you saying about music, man? But what's going on?" And I was like, "Do you know what? I'm thinking about quitting." And he said to me, he's like, "Nah, fuck that, man. You can't quit." And that was kind of the spark. So I got back into it. And I think during that 5 year period gave me a lot of breathing space and creative space to kind of absorb just life experiences, to have stuff to write about now. Because at the moment, it's just coming to me like this. I'm making 5-6 choruses or hooks or verses or even complete tracks a day without even thinking about it.
And so that's an accumulation of those experiences you've gained during that 5 year period, is what you're saying.
That's it. I think I just needed a break, man. Just needed a break from all the business side of music.
Sure.
Kind of put me off a bit.
Sure. With that in mind, I guess there's a lot of people that probably find themselves in similar positions where they've been making music for a few years, had a few hits, and then from there things go a little bit dry and they find themselves questioning whether they want to continue with the genre that they're doing, with the avenue that they're going down. What would your advice be, given the experience you've had and you're now back making music and making hits like you are?
I think working with as many different people as possible is one of the best pieces of advice I ever heard. Because you're going to learn new things all the time. When you're doing the same thing over and over again and you feel like you've mastered it, of course it's going to get boring.
Sure.
If it's new to you and it's fresh and it's fun, then you're going to want to do it more. So I definitely say working with different people is a massive thing that worked for me.
Sure.
Branching out, even if it turns out the person you work with is shit, or the song didn't work out, you're not feeling it. You still learn that not to work with that kind of person, or that kind of sound isn't your thing. So just working with as many different people, being in different studios, different producers' way of working, different sound engineers' ways of working, that kind of thing. That definitely helps. So that would be my advice, man. Just get out there. Don't stay in your little box. Go and work with everyone. Overseas, different countries, different towns, different sounds, whatever it is, just get out there.
Yeah, absolutely. So almost treat it as a playground and learn as much as you can, and then utilise that knowledge that you've gained when you come.
Exactly. Yeah,
makes sense. No, it's really good advice. Just before we hop into I've got a little quiz section just based on the artist that you gave me, your top 5 hip-hop artists of all time. So it's an interesting list. So correct me if I'm wrong, but we'll go through. So you got Busta Rhymes, Eminem, Jadakiss, Nelly, and Rick Ross.
That's the ones.
Why those 5?
So it's because of the time that I was listening to those people.
Yeah.
except for Busta Rhymes.
Okay.
So with Eminem, I think this goes for a lot of people, especially for rappers. When Eminem came out, if you were the same age as me when he came out, there was nothing like that at the time.
Sure.
And you could just listen to the music over and over again, and it just had that kind of that fresh factor. It's like I've heard rap, I've heard hip hop, but I haven't heard anything like this before.
Sure. From
the lyrics to even the beats and stuff like that. I remember my cousin Chris. He lent me, I think it was the Marshall Mathers LP, and I remember listening to that over and over again and writing out the lyrics on a piece of paper and then learning them back and shit like that. Who else? So Nellie as well. So Nellie, my first ever single I bought from Woolworths.
Okay.
Was Nellie Country Grammar.
Okay, yeah, interesting.
So again, at the time, it was being a kid and hearing that tune. It was just the shit. It was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is the one. And you can listen to it over and over and over again. And when you link up with your mates, someone's got it in their phone or. And I used to have a Walkman, a cassette Walkman. So I had the album on cassette, and I used to walk to school with it. And it was quite a long walk to school. It took me like 45 minutes to walk to school. So I could almost listen to the whole album back to back on the way there and then on the way home as well. So with those two, Eminem and Nelly, it was the timing. Yeah, the time in my life when I heard the music. And then so with Rick Ross, that was a lot more recent. So when I first heard Rick Ross, I was like, what the fuck is this? This is bollocks. He's shit. How can people like this? There's no talent there. But then I think there was one particular song I heard and I really liked. I can't remember what song it was. And then I started listening more and more to his stuff. And then I kind of got it. I realized he's not trying to be the best rapper. He's just fucking having fun with it. You know what I mean? He's doing like the glossy rap, like, you know, the typical big cars, birds, money everywhere.
That's the modern music.
And I used to be one of those people that was against that kind of thing. It's like, no, it's about the raw lyrical talent. But then at the same time, it's like sometimes you just got to listen to a song and enjoy it because how it makes you feel.
Yeah.
So I kind of let that part of me go and got more and more into Rick Ross, and still pumping out all his tunes now. It's good music to run to and work out to. Good music to get you pumped up, like if you're having a drink to go out, stuff like that.
Definitely.
And then with Busta Rhymes, I've always been someone that's into like skippy flow and and like intricate lyricism.
Sure. And
because I think it's impressive.
Absolutely.
Busta Rhymes has been doing that from day, and he's still doing it now. And every time when there's a big tune that's got a few rappers on it, his verse is always the best. His verse is always the one you pull up and want to hear or you skip to. And it's purely because of his delivery and shit, his flow.
Agreed.
That's why he's got to be in my top 5. And then last is Jadakiss, right?
Yeah, correct.
So my best mate was in jail for a couple of years, and he was listening to a lot of D Block.
Okay.
So you got like Styles P, Jadakiss, Sheik Luch, all of those guys. And he gave me the D Block. It was like a DVD. And we used to, because I hadn't seen him properly for a couple of years. When he came out, he's like, "Oh, listen to this, man." So when we're catching up on all the time we've missed out because he's been in jail, when we're having a drink up, we're listening to the tunes he was listening to in jail, and a lot of it was Jadakiss and Styles P. So again, it's the timing. So it's kind of the nostalgia and the reminds you of those times, the good times. You know what I mean? And I've got this formula for every track. It's him doing really hard bars and sick lyricism, and then it's got like a singer doing a hook. And I like a bit of cheesy hooks. I appreciate good singers. So if it's got the hard rapping on the verses, and then it's got the sweet boy shit on the hooks,
sure,
you know, so that's what I'm into.
It's a good recipe.
His new album, Ignatius, is proper good, man. I've been listening to that a lot.
Yeah, good stuff. Good stuff. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for sharing that with me. It helps us, I guess, understand where those names come from all the people that are wondering where Nas.
Yeah, the thing is as well. When I grew up, I'm born in the 90s, so I used to listen to what my older brother and sister were listening to. So my brother was playing a lot of garage. So I grew up on garage. Garage was my thing.
Yeah.
And that had, you know, rappers, MCs doing skippy flows and that kind of thing. And that's what I got into. That's always been where I guess rapping started for me through that stuff. And then I was never a hip hop head growing up. Like, of course, there's names that people are going to be saying, like, how could you not put Nas in there? How could you not put Biggie in there, or Tupac, or Big Daddy Kane, and people like that? But I never used to listen to them.
Sure.
It's like I went to see Big Daddy Kane live, with a live band, and he was amazing. But I still couldn't name one of his songs. I still don't listen to him at the moment. But I obviously appreciate how good he is, but it just wasn't what I listened to. Yeah. Same way with Nas and stuff like that. I could only name you. I probably couldn't name you 5 Nas songs. If you gave me 1 minute, I couldn't name 5 Nas songs. I was thinking about putting Biggie in there.
Yeah, okay.
But the 5 that I put in there, that's my top 5. Biggie doesn't make it in, unfortunately. And it's not necessarily based on talent. It's based on how their music made me feel at the time.
Agreed.
Or how it makes me feel now.
Yeah, 100%. It's a personal.
Oh shit! I forgot Ludacris, didn't I?
You did.
So Ludacris, again, the delivery. I think Ludacris has got one of the best rap deliveries ever. Just the way he says is the punchlines.
Yeah.
The beats he uses, the skippy flow again. That like kind of dirty South, similar to kind of Nellie's kind of like that era. And he's kept himself relevant-ish as well. You know, he ended up doing that tune with Justin Bieber, Baby, and that's got billions of views.
Agree.
So that's another thing, like keeping yourself relevant and going with the times. A lot of musicians, not just rappers, will say, "Nah, fuck that. This is what I make. Doesn't matter what year it is. I'm going to stick to that." And then sometimes, unfortunately, they fizzle out just because the new generations come in, and that's not what they like. Then you get certain artists like Busta Rhymes doing tunes of Pussycat Dolls, Snoop Dogg reinventing himself, doing the reggae album Snoop Lion, shit like that. Ludacris again jumping on the Bieber stuff. Eminem's tried to do it, but I think a lot of people agree the stuff Eminem's putting out at the moment will never touch his old stuff. And it's almost kind of, really, are you doing that? But I get it. It's a job at the end of the day. You've got to make your money, especially if you've got a few £1 million house, you've got bills and shit, and you're used to a lifestyle. You got to keep yourself relevant. You got a label breathing down your neck saying you got to meet these deadlines, etc., etc. I get it from that point of view, because it does become a business when you become successful in it. So you do have to stay with the times.
Yeah, completely. That's it. How did you? I know you replied to us, but how did you find the review anyway?
It's sick, man. I love when someone gives a detailed write up on one of your creations, man. It's a good feeling, definitely. It's like makes you proud. You know what I mean? Someone's taken the time to analyze a track and then also understand it as well.
Good. So
it's nice, man. It's nice.
Good. Glad to hear it. Well, between me and you, I think Ceezlin season will be one of our projects of the week coming up soon. It's an all-time favourite of mine, so that'll be featured at some point in the future.
Nice one, man. Did you hear Oblivion as well?
Oblivion?
Yeah, so I released an album with Scissors recent. I think maybe
2019, so just gone. So I saw something on.
Probably, yeah. It's called Oblivion. It's on Spotify and Apple Music. So we were going to call it Ceezlin Season 2.
Oh, really?
But the album's got a theme. It's like Alan Watts. So it's kind of like got a dreamy feel. It's like me and Scissors always talk about isolation tanks.
Sure.
So yeah, I've used them a few times, and I put Scissors onto him, and he uses them all the time. And we're just talking about isolation tanks and how you feel in isolation tanks. And then that inspired him to make a load of beats with like a dream state kind of theme. So yeah, man, check out Oblivion when you got.
Yeah, no, I'll get on that for sure. No, thank you for that.
Nice one, man.
Well, what we'll do then, we'll run into. So I've named it the Discovery Challenge. So basically, you've got 10 questions. 2 questions on each of the artists that you've given me.
Okay, cool.
Okay, good to go?
Yep.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Question 1. Busta Rhymes was part of which group?
Oh, fuck. I'm not going to get it. I was listening to one of the tunes with them the other day as well. Can I come back to it?
You can. I'll allow you.
Okay.
I'll allow you that. What was the name of Eminem's long-term on and off girlfriend?
Kim.
Correct. One down.
One in the bag.
See, I think you'll get this off the top because you've already kind of touched upon it and what we were discussing earlier. Jadakiss is involved with which UK rap duo?
Oh, D Block Europe.
Correct. Easy money. What is the name of Nellie's best-selling album?
It's between two. I'm going to say Nellyville.
No.
Nah, is it Country Grammar?
Yeah, you mentioned it earlier. I was like, oh, he's going to get this.
Damn. Damn.
Right, okay. I'd be interested to know if you know this. I ran it by someone else earlier when I was putting it together, and they seemed to think it was quite hard, whereas I think it's pretty easy. But Rick Ross owns which famous rosé company?
Is it Bel Air?
Correct. Yeah, spot on.
Yeah.
How many times has Busta Rhymes been Grammy nominated in his solo career? You can have multiple choice if you want it.
Okay, multiple choice gone.
6, 8, 10 or 11?
6.
No, it's
Is
11.
it 8? 11, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's good going, isn't it? Right, okay.
How many has he actually won though?
That's a great question, and one that I don't have the answer to, sadly.
Next time.
I'll get back to you on that next time. So, how many views does Eminem's most viewed video on YouTube have? And I'll give you a clue to the closest 100 million, and a bonus point if you get the track.
Okay, I'm going to guess that it's going to be between two. It's either going to be Lose Yourself, or it's going to be Monster with Rihanna.
You got the feature right, not the song.
Right, I'm going to say 800 million views.
No, so 1.9 billion, and it is Love the Way You Lie featuring Rihanna.
Love the Way You Lie.
That's it. Jadakiss was part of which East Coast hip hop group?
The Locks.
Correct. Smashed it. How much is Nellie worth in US dollars? And I'll give you to the closest 5 million either way.
50 million.
60.
Ah, mate. I was going to say 55, but
I'll give you that.
Close. Fair play.
And last one. So Rick Ross collaborated with which UK rap duo in 2015 on song Certified?
Krept and Conan?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, good going. Right, so 6 out of 10. Not bad going there.
Not bad.
Well, as this is the first Discovery challenge we've ever done, I can confirm that you are top spot. So congrats.
Yeah, reigning champ.
We'll see how the next person gets on. We've got a few things lined up this week, but so it's a strong score. So
see who beats it, if someone beats it.
Yeah, that's it. Well, thanks ever so much for jumping on today. Like, really appreciate it.
Nice one for having me, man. Big up, and you likewise.
I'm going through everything. So
nice one, man. Big up.
Thanks ever so much, mate.
Take it easy, man. Peace.